Thank you. Martla talked to us about reminding us how Lennart Meri touched the hearts of the Estonian people by doing what was right, by pursuing a values-based policy, and he certainly touched our hearts. So thank you very much again. Very powerful. Now it's time for our closing remarks. Sir Gary Johnson, the chairman of our International Advisory Board, will deliver them. He'll certainly touch our minds. Former four-star general, played a vital role in the security reforms of Georgia as well in this entire region. So, Sir Gary, I want to have you come up in a second. Before I do, I also want to thank Rina so much for organizing this conference so brilliantly this year. Every aspect. Thank you. As well, I'd like to thank our many volunteers, some of our former interns and others who have helped make the logistics run, I hope, as smoothly as they felt to you. And also, in the same vein, thank the management and all the staff of the Radisson who, again, have prepared fantastically delicious food for us and have made everything seem so seamless as always. So thank you. Thank you very much. Sir Gary.
Matt, thank you. I've got two problems about giving any final words. The first is that I am clearly not under the age of 30, therefore I don't meet the criteria set earlier. But as George Schöffling got out of it by saying he once had been 30, I'm going to get out of it by saying that my children every now and again say to me, if you go on downwards at the rate you're going, Dad, you're soon going to be well below 30 at all your faculties. So perhaps I get in ahead of time with that one. My second problem is that I'm the only thing that stands between you all and the farewell lunch and the sprint to the airport. So I know you'll want me to be brief, and I thought I'd probably be able to sum up the conference in probably 5 or 6 sheets, but if I talk quickly, I'll get through it in about half an hour. And then I thought, well, perhaps not that either. So what is to be said in finality? I think I would only echo, to begin with, the applause which you gave to Mart Laar. When I listened to him, that was, I thought, an extremely profound and very moving and very statesman-like speech. He went to the simple things, the simple issues, and expressed them with feeling and clarity in a way that reminded me so much of the way that Lennart himself would have tackled it, and how very appropriate that should have been done today at the Lennart Meri conference. And how good it is to see at this conference with us Mart and Tula and other members of Lennart Meri's family. It links us to the past so very well. I can't sum up all the discussion. I think on the north-south divide line, we've managed to pack in a whole range of interests around the area, but we've always kept it, however wide it's gone, rooted in where this country is and where the ICDS is in this region of Northern Europe, and things go out from there at this conference like circles from a stone thrown into a pond, and it's good to have it rooted in that. The only thing that passed through my mind, I think worth mentioning at this stage, is I did think when we were having that discussion on the economic situation and what should be done about it. Could you let it go on as it was? Could you muddle through? Could you, as one speaker on the platform said, should you move it up to the next level of fiscal harmony? Should you do that? And could you do that if you did not take it up to the other level of political integration? And I remembered once asking Lennart Meri what he thought about Europe. This is, of course, coming from a Eurosceptic Brit, but also from a European Brit. And he said to me, I said, how far do you think it should go? Are we going down the line of the United States of Europe? Is it going to be that we meld into a new Europe? And he gave me one of those quiet one-liners for which he was so famous. He said, thought for a bit, looked up as he used to, did that, and said, we did not regain our independence from one union to give it away entirely to another. And that actually formed my views on the way forward. Somehow there has to be a situation and a compromise worked out that allows Europe to prosper without it becoming a union which absolves the independence of its nation states. Now, if I can just, having said that, echo, if I may, something that Matt said, but before that, just refer to the ICDS. The institution here, which Matt leads now with style, bravado, and vigor, and is pushing it forward to a new level to make this institute a really high-class, high-quality forum for research and ideas in the security, defense, political fields in this part of Europe. It is happening. The publications, some of them are out there, and we all have them in our packs. We see that it's research solidly going on behind. And the board meeting that we had at the start of this conference showed that this progress will be continued and improved upon and pushed forward. And I would just ask you all to do whatever you can to support the Institute when you have an opportunity so to do. This conference, of course, is one of the offshoots of the ICDS, one of its products, if you like. It's very much becoming a brand of the ICDS. And I know that we all know these things are not easy to lay on. They're not easy to lay on in a way that catches fire like these do. It's all to do with the size of it. It's all to do with the style of it. It's all to do with the fact that you chuck your prepared script away 99% of the time. It's all to do with the way that we're made to work every hour that God sends, most of us anyway, from early morning till very late at night, in freedom of speech to say what we like and spark ideas. In a way, that takes you back to 30. Some of us haven't done that since university. So it's all good for us. Not easy to do, and I want to echo what Matt said to Rina Kaljarant. First time she's directed the conference and run it and put it together, it's been a cracker, Rina. Well done, again. And I'd like to add one more name. Matt quite rightly referred to all the people that work in the background. And you don't see this work. It's just marvelous the way it all happens. And you never see anybody fussing, running around, getting upset, bullying you, whatever. It just happens. And all that background work is led by Piret Sulga. Where are you, Piret? Are you visible? The queen of the organization. Thank you and all the people that work with you so very much. And I think perhaps we ought to say, I think anyway, maybe you don't join me in it, but maybe you do. I think that this hotel has looked after us extremely well. They've shepherded through good food and good wine remarkably quickly and with good manners and good grace the whole way, and it's facilitated our discussions immensely well. So I think personally, and join me if you're not, we should say thank you to the hotel in a nice way. That's it. One last thought. Somebody at our board meeting said, we really are looking to make this the best security conference north of Munich. I think we're there. I think you should be looking southeast and west and elsewhere because it's very special. Thank you all for coming. We hope you enjoyed it.
Thank you very much, Carrie. Thank you, Matt. Just before I will make this first administrative announcement here, I have a couple of more thank yous. And as you all suspect, I have absolutely not run this conference alone. I have many supporters, many helpers, many sponsors. So I would very much like to thank our sponsors, Ministry of Defense of Estonia, Eesti Energia, Lennart Meri Airport, Elering, Alexela, Estonian Center of Eastern Partnership, and the Swedish Ministry for Foreign Affairs. And of course, I would like to thank my team. I would like to thank the ICDS, especially Piret, Epp, and Natalia, but also all the researchers who helped me with suggesting names, identifying the speakers, reaching out to them. I want to thank another Piret. Well, Piret is not a title here, it's just that there are many girls called Piret, who has been running all the logistics and coordinating volunteers. I want to thank also our president for doing a great work and lobby for this conference. I want to thank our ministers who have reached out to their counterparts. And of course, I want to thank Kadri a lot for mentoring me through all this process, technically and psychologically. And I'm sorry for getting a little bit personal here, but I'm also very grateful to my unborn child, who has sort of kept me or forced me to keep calm, and who has constantly reminded me that all the sleepless nights you are having at the moment because of this conference are a piece of cake compared to what I'm going to give you in the future. So thank you very much for coming, and hope you will come back next year.